junior at CU Boulder. I'm studying political science, and then here at Umbra Institute, I'm in the general studies program. If I were to describe Umbra Institute in one word, I would say community. I feel like they really do a good job of bringing all of their students into the culture and community, both academically but then also socially. It's a really big university town, and they really do a good job of connecting us to different people of different cultures and nationalities, even outside of Italy. I think I've engaged with the local community just every single day in my day-to-day, whether it's knowing the people at the supermarket that I go to, or at certain cafes that I go to, or even just the teachers, and just getting really comfortable with asking questions. I've also met a lot of other university students at the University of Perugia, and they've been really great to kind of expand my understanding of what it's like to actually be a local here versus being a tourist or just someone who's spending some time here. I think my favorite part about the education at Umbra Institute is definitely how much they integrate what we learn into the culture in our everyday lives. So in my Italian class, for example, we would go tour the city and see different places to eat and to drink, and different historical landmarks, and learn all about them while also learning Italian and their historical significance. I also had a class today, for example, it was my food and environmental policy class, and she brought in Easter cake and wine for us and chocolates, and so small things like that really bring us into the culture and show us how to live a little bit more authentically here.
Okay. Questo?
Sì.
Guardate. Oh, questo. Lei ve lo fa vedere. Questo qui distribuito.
Tutti qui.
Sì. Allora, te parti da di là, ognuno un piana striscia,
Oh, so go get the little plastic things. That's what she was saying.
So when I was deciding to come to the Umbra Institute, it was between here, Florence, and Rome. And one of the big factors that really drew my attention here as opposed to the other cities was the fact that it was a smaller community and that there were already less American tourists. I think that when I've gone to Rome, for example, I hear English all over, and I even see people from my university just like randomly. And I think here you have a really different experience because there are a lot more local people. It's not as touristy, especially during the semesters. So you really have to use your Italian language and have to learn those things. And you get to meet a lot of people who are just going to school and living their lives and working, as opposed to people who are on holiday. And I think that it makes it a lot more of an authentic experience. And people here really care to show you about how they live, whereas I think in bigger cities it's a little bit more transactional because there's a lot more going on, it's a lot more chaotic, people are coming in and out, but it's really nice here because it fosters that sense of community. People start to know you, and you have people that you can rely on, and it really feels like that smaller knit community despite it being a city still.
I'm Flavio. I'm an Italian student from the University of Perugia. I studied psychology, and I'm in Umbra already from 2 semesters. I'm attending here a course of organizational behavior, and I already had one of positive psychology, and I'm only attending this class. But I'm also involved in all the experience and activity that Umbra promotes to the other students. So I'm always present to the tandem and to the pizza night, and I'm also going out with the service learning project. What I really think about the experience Umbra is giving to me is that I feel super lucky to be in, because actually for us it's actually the same thing in a way to go studying abroad, but by staying in our city. What I have understood is that after living 20 years in Italy and all these days with Italian people, I just need sometimes with people that has a totally different culture despite mine. So what I've started doing was actually hanging out with American people even outside classes, and also all the rest of the activity organized by Umbra, like last semester and also this one, there was the karaoke night and was totally awesome because I really feel it like to be part of the school in the real way. I really love the fact that Umbra gives us the opportunity to enter the courses because I kind of feel like having Italian people inside classes really helps understand that we are not like monster that cannot have conversation or that cannot be able to speak. And in a way, I feel like to be a bridge because usually what happens is that by hanging out with Americans people, I usually creates connection from them to like other Italian friends. I still remember probably 3 weeks ago when we have a huge dinner with all the Americans taken from karaoke, and that was always a moment in my opinion because we were probably 16 where 6 of them were Italian and the last half were Americans. So there was a mixing of culture talking about life, political ways, political things, and also just conversating about shitty things. And I feel like this is totally awesome because it really gives you a different perspective about life that we don't usually see here. They are gonna come back to America with a different perception about their future and also about their life now.
I'm Sam Furedi. I go to Clark University and I'm a junior. I'm an art history major and I am in the general studies program. If I could describe Umbra Institute in one word, it would probably be opportunity. I feel like through the school, I've been allowed to do so much outside of the school, like get involved in my community and do things I normally wouldn't have done even when I was in America. And to take advantage of all of these wonderful things is something that I only have the Umbra Institute to thank. Through our Roman civilization and daily life class, we were given the opportunity to go on a trip to Pompeii, which we had been studying for about the entire semester up until that point. And it was probably one of the most influential and life-changing experiences I've had so far as a history major myself. So to be able to go and to be able to have someone who's so extremely knowledgeable on the subject makes it so much more valuable to me and my experiences because he just had so much to offer in terms of knowledge and information, enhancing the experience tenfold because without him, I would probably not have understood as much as I had wanted to, and I'm really appreciative of that. So through the Umbra Institute, we were given the opportunity to participate in community engagement events. So some people were taken to a gardening thing or able to teach at schools, teach kids English. And I was given the opportunity to work in a soup kitchen for those who were underprivileged and without homes and whatever the case may be for those people. We were able to help them through this project. And they had me work in the soup kitchen where I would clean tables, serve food, wash dishes if I needed to, and just make sure that everything went as smoothly as possible. Being able to help in any way whatsoever is, extremely important to me. So I'm glad I really got to do that.